Welcome back everyone to your coverage of the Big Bash live here on Twisty 3. Well, not really live, you know, we're playing through the video game version of the Big Bash. This is of course on Cricket 19. The Melbourne Stars taking on the Perth Scorchers today, game 12 of the BBL. The Stars have won the toss, they've elected the field first, so we are going to be getting into the action very, very soon. We take a look at the standings. Very critical game this one because both sides only the Stars are the only team to manage a win so far throughout the 4 games that these teams have played so far in the Big Bash. So it is a massive, massive game. They both want to get off to a flying start. Critical times indeed. Steyn with the ball to open the bowling for the Stars after, of course, they won the toss and elected to field first. His first ball to Cameron Bancroft. And it's a dot. Try to slash that away. Through cover, Bancroft. This time, a leading edge. Straight back to the bowler. Steyn's taking a catch. The finger is going up. The wicket is given, and that is the perfect start for the Melbourne Stars. Cam Bancroft gone after just 2 deliveries. The Scorchers 1 for none. Curtis Patterson out to the middle. And Dale Steyn, that's wicket number 6 for him in this Big Bash. Took 4 in his first match. 1 in the second, and now it looks like there's another opportunity. Back-to-back wickets, Steyn on a hat-trick, and this is a perfect start to the Stars. A terrible start for the Scorchers. This time just chipping it to the man at square leg, and oh, it's a disappointment. Patterson, as soon as he was on the field, he was back off. Steyn gets the wicket, Ashton Turner already into the middle. And this is exactly what the Scorchers would have been wanting to avoid. They know the Stars have been one of the best wicket-taking sides in the competition across the first couple of games. And they just wanted to avoid early wickets. Turner finally finds the boundary and gets the Scorchers off the mark. And this time Inglis, who's been at the other end for a couple of deliveries and seen everyone fall around him, can get his way to the boundary. Now Turner down the ground. I love the Big Bash. It's so fast-paced. Within 2.2 overs, we've seen 2 wickets fall, a few boundaries, and 18 runs been scored. And Turner, since coming in, has looked very good. He's 14 from 9 so far. They're turning for 3. Bit of an opportunity at the keeper's end, but they'll get back for 3. And Ashton Turner looked good. He's looked very good since coming to the crease for the Scorchers. He's jumped that run rate up to 7.5 very quickly. That one through mid-wicket. Another 4. Just 25 runs, striking at just under 200, Ashton Turner. It's been a quality knock so far. No Steyn nor Coulter-Nile can contain him. Even Stoinis, I think, has been bowling, and he's been hit quite expensively. That one straight down the ground. Is it all the way for 6? Yes, it is. So Stoinis, I think he had a pretty good first over, but this one gone for 6 already. Opportunity, but again, it's over mid-off. And Ashton Turner into the 40s. Striking it, as we said, just underneath 200. But there is the next wicket for the Stars. It's Zampa into the attack. And pretty quick, smart. He gets rid of Inglis, who hasn't really had to do much at the moment. Didn't face too many deliveries. Ashton Turner pretty much hogging the strike, but he'd been playing very well, Ashton Turner. Inglis going to go Mitch Marsh now to the middle for the Scorchers. The captain of the Perth Scorchers, Mitch Marsh, and he's going to need to really put on a big performance here. Alongside Ashton Turner, they're going to need plenty of work to be done. They're coming back for 2. This is dangerous. Hanscom throws the stumps down. And we're going to the third umpire here. So maybe a chance for the Stars to get rid of Ashton Turner. It's very close. And it looks like he's just short of his ground. This is a big wicket if given. And it's out. So the Scorchers lose Ashton Turner through a run out. After he was striking at 140. Made 43 runs from 30 balls and has the bulk of the Scorchers' score so far. They're already 4 down. Just 9 overs in. As Mitch Marsh and Whiteman now need to really recover this match. That's a quality shot over the top. They're coming back for 2. Maxwell's rocket arm in. Might have another run out. But I think Marsh gets home. Gee, they're running dangerously between the wickets at the moment. The Scorchers. This time again, a little mix-up. They didn't want to go. That time they understood Maxwell was all over him. As Whiteman gets this one to the boundary. And we're just trying to work out, I guess, what's going to be a score here the Scorchers are looking for. Seen the Stars struggle to get sort of 120, 130 in their first couple of games. Winning off the last ball in their second match. And, of course, losing a chase to the Renegades where they just needed 128. So, if the Scorchers, they'd probably feel confident enough they can defend a total over the years. They've been very good at defending reasonably low totals, but they'd still think 140 would be a minimum score they'd want to get here. And after being 2 for none, probably 4 for 91 isn't the worst scenario. Mitch Marsh chips this one towards mid-off. Catch is taken. Man came in from the deep. Sandeep Lamachane gets the wicket off Mitchell Marsh, who had been looking pretty good as well at the crease. He'd piled on a few runs for the Scorchers in quick time, but not going to be enough. Marcus Stoinis taking that catch, coming in from the boundary. And Marsh goes for 36, 5 for 91. He was striking at 150. So they'll need someone else to pick up that slack, and Whiteman immediately says, alright, I've been in for 12 deliveries. I'm going to start hitting boundaries. This time over the offside. It'll be 4 as well. Of course, he's got Ashton Agar with him at the other end, a couple of left-handers. What can they do? This one going to beat Zampa in the field, who's struggling after his spell. Staying back into the attack for the Stars. Picks up the wicket of Ashton Agar with a little edge. Through to Hanscom. Wicket number 6 for the Stars. But the Scorchers, they've still got plenty of time here. There's still 2.5 overs. And if they can get, let's say, 10 and over from here, that gets them to 140, which could be a defendable total. Andrew Ty in and out within a couple of deliveries. 7 down now, the Scorchers. Staying getting a couple more in that over. And, of course, Peter Hanscom taking the catch again. Doing some nice work behind the stumps. So, Whiteman is that key figure we look at now to really score heavily for the Scorchers in these last 2 overs. Jai Richardson at the other end as we see some rain sort of coming down. Don't know if we'll get any reduced overs, but the Scorchers are going to need all the runs they can get. Any reduced overs game will probably favour the Stars, you feel. So looking for 2. They're going to get home for it as well. So good running. Last ball of the innings. 132 the current score. That one edged away through to the man at third man. And 133 the Scorchers' final total here. 7 down is what they were when they got there. Stars will be pretty happy with the way they bowled. They had them 2 for none early on before it was Ashton Turner who really took the game by the scruff of the neck. 43 from 30 for him. Mitch Marsh, valuable contribution as well. And Whiteman, late in the piece, also did some handy runs between the wickets. Got some handy runs for the Scorchers. Now it'll be the Stars, Duncan Stoinis, to start them off and see what kind of start they can provide for the Stars. Just 2 from the first over. Now Stoinis has found a boundary with his first delivery. Leading edge has ballooned over cover for 4. I reckon Stoinis has tried to work this one, maybe even to square leg, and it has gone and ballooned over cover. So pretty lucky to get away with that boundary. They'll look to come back for 2. 10 from this over. Stars none for 12 after 2. It's a little promising start. They'd love a few more early runs. They'd love a big partnership early. They haven't really seen a big partnership from Dunk and Stoinis just yet in these first couple of games. They would have always lost quite an early wicket. There is an early wicket. It's Ben Dunk. Looked a bit sluggish to start today. Jason Berendorf getting the breakthrough, a little outside edge. And Ben Dunk goes for 4. Stars 1 for 14 as the rain continues to trickle down here at the MCG. So we need a minimum of 5 overs to get through before this game can be sort of postponed or you know, we can get a result from it thanks to the DLS. Little top edge from Maxwell. Bit of luck over the keeper's head. Goes for 4. This time, Stoinis ain't so lucky getting an inside edge through to the keeper. The Stars lose their second wicket. The Scorchers are up and about. Richardson gets the wicket. Stars 2 for 27. And I just wonder what the pass score is here for the DLS. We're very much unaware as Maxwell goes down the ground. Hits it for 4. There's 1 ball left in the power play. The power play is now finished. So Madison and Maxwell maybe just going to try and pick up their run rate a little bit as they notice this rain is coming down quite heavily now. 7 overs past. We are going to get a little bit of a rain delay. The players are coming from the ground. I wonder if that means we will get a reduced overs game. 7.2 overs gone. 2 for 47 at the moment, the Stars. We're going to get back out there. And at the moment, there will be no rain reduction for this game. We are still going to get our 20 overs in. But does the little pause in time help the Scorchers or the Stars? That question will be answered very soon. They're thinking about the second, just the one. And Madison chipping back to the bowler. A good catch taken. I think it's Jai Richardson. There it is. The Scorchers get wicket number 3. And Pete Hanscom now to the crease for the Stars. This could be a run out. Almost suicidal from Maxwell. Moves to 29 from 25. Steps across the crease and then ends up getting sort of caught really tight there and hits it over mid-wicket for 1. This time a handy shot goes fine. Pretty much a late cut from Hanscom. Will it get to the boundary? It does. So the last 8 overs to go now. The Stars still need 61 runs. What's that run rate required? Do the quick maths. It's about 8 and over, I think. At 8 and over, we'll get the Stars victory. Couple of boundaries and over. If these two can really just put on 1 or 2 good overs, it probably puts the game well beyond doubt. And you think the Stars are well and truly in the game. There's Maxwell with that trademark reverse sweep slash switch hit of his. Of course, that one was a reverse sweep, but we know he plays it so well. He's as comfortable playing that shot as he is playing a cover drive. He always talks about you just got to find what works best for you. And Hanscom, what works best for him is slashing that over third man for 6. The Stars are really closing in on this run rate. They've got it down to about 7 and over now. As we head into the final 5 overs, the 100 up, 3 for 100, and the 50 partnership up. Also between Maxwell and Hanscom. They should get the Stars home in a relatively easy fashion, you feel. 27 from 23 at the moment, barring any, I guess, unforeseen dramas that could occur. 22 from 20. Still with 2 in-form batsmen at the wicket. You'd back them in to get the job done. This is a good little partnership here. I thought there was a single for Maxwell, but it was for Hanscom. Maxwell does bring up his half century, though. Not sure why we didn't see that or didn't see the celebration. Might have been an error in the edit. But it's now 17 required from the final 14 deliveries. And a couple of drop balls in a row here from Farwood Ahmed have really just put a little bit more pressure back on the Stars. It's made it a lot tighter than it needs to be. That could be a run out. The direct hit in the field is given. All of a sudden the Stars still need 17 from the last 2 overs. Let's jump back up to 8.5 and over. And they've just lost the wicket of Pete Hanscom, so Maxwell now, a lot of responsibility for him. Behrendorff bowling to start the last 2 overs. And Maxwell says, thank you, Jason. I'll hit this for 6. The Stars skipper, just understanding the situation of the game, gets the Yorker slightly over pitched. It became a full toss and Maxwell driving it through mid-wicket. Easy as you like. This time he goes again to find leg. It's 6 more. And in the space of 2 deliveries here, Maxwell's basically taken the game away from the Scorchers as he pulls that one away and he's taken. So Maxwell out. Disappointed he hasn't got the Stars home, but his 2 shots prior to that one might have done the job. He's out for 62. Stars 5 for 129, but they just need 4 from the final 8 deliveries. Hilton, Cartwright and Seb Gotch at the crease. A leading edge. Oh, it's taken. So another wicket falls. Berendorf, good over, but the runs that came from it, definitely not to his advantage. Now Coulter-Niles able to pick up 2. Stars just need 2 from that final over. Seb Gotch edges and is out. Oh, this is remarkable. The Stars, 7 down now. Andrew Tye gets another wicket. Everyone's trying to win the game with 1 shot. Zampa does the job. The field came in. They only needed 2. And the Stars get home in a very big way late in the piece. Oh dear. Jeez, it was a much closer game than it needed to be. The Stars were 3 down, needing, what was it, 18 off the last 3 or so. They get home by 3 wickets in the end. Dale Steyn, the player of the game, 4 for 22. He took 4 wickets again. It brings him up to a grand total of 9 wickets across the opening 3 games. Ashton Turner, the only real man for the Scorchers, with Mitch Marsh, that put on valuable contributions with the bat for the Stars. It was Maxwell and Hanscom that got them to a match-winning position to get over the line. In the end, the Stars winning by 3 wickets over the Scorchers. And they are 2 wins now out of their 3 games. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next time for round 4 of the Big Bash, where the Stars take on someone else. I don't really know who it is, but I will see you guys later. Goodbye.